to another episode of Breakfast at Leia. I am Leia Mondo, your host. Thank you so much for being here. I basically interview up-and-coming musicians or music industry participants, where we basically sit down, have a little chin wag about our journey, good, bad, the challenges that we faced, and just the industry as a whole. So if this sounds more like your vibe, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. It means a lot, and it just helps me interview more cool people and keep the channel running. My next guest is Juanita. She's a London-based Congolese-Argentine singer-songwriter and performer, celebrated for her powerful voice and multicultural sound. Raised in Buenos Aires, she blends soul, Latin, Afrobeat, and Congolese influences into a style uniquely her own. She's the niece of Congolese Rumba legend Franko Makiadi. Juanita spent a decade fronting London Afrobeat collective, touring across Europe, and contributing to their 2024 album, Esengo. Her debut solo album, Mabanzo, was released through Strat Records in 2022. She has opened for Elton John, appeared in the TV series Killing Eve, and collaborated with Animans on the 2018 release via True Thoughts Records. Juanita is a captivating live performer. She has portrayed Celia Cruz in the immersive theatre production Rumba in the Jungle in London. She continues to tour internationally whilst preparing new material for recording in autumn 2026. All right, please welcome my next guest, Juanita. Woo! Thanks for having me. Please. I'm so happy to be here with her. Like, I'm so excited. I'm buzzing. It's the full moon in Sagittarius. Oh, wow. How are you feeling today?
I feel rested, excited.
Okay, I love that.
A bit crazy on the streets.
Yes, the march.
The march. There's all the Arsenal fans. Oh, a lot of excitement out there.
Sorry,
but apart from that, beautiful weather.
Yes, so, it's so hot in London town.
It's wild.
We love it, but we're British, so we are going to complain, obviously. Like, it's just what we do. We hate it when it's sunny. We hate it when it's cold. We hate the weather, and that's just the topic of conversation all the time.
All the time.
Juanita.
Yes.
I want to first start with astrology.
Oh, wow. Okay, cool.
You are a Capricorn.
Yes, I am.
Do you know your rising?
Yes, I do.
What's your rising?
Libra rising.
Libra. Ooh, pretty. Of course, you're in the arts.
Exactly. Yeah. We like to feel pretty.
We love to be on stage.
And people and being on stage.
We love aesthetics. Mm-hmm. We dress nice. Mm-hmm. I love your dress as well. It's very pretty. Come on. But what's your moon?
My moon is in Aries.
Oh, fiery.
Yes.
But like go-getter.
Go-getter.
Right, yeah.
And I don't know, like I think that's a nice connection to have, because I have a lot of Aries friends too.
Yeah.
In my life.
Yeah.
So they get
It makes sense because Libra and Aries is the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you could be quite balanced in that aspect because you have both. So
and my sister is a Libra.
Oh, your sister's a Libra.
Yeah.
Is that your younger sister?
My younger sister.
Okay. So and you said like you're closer to her as well.
I'm close to my sister, and I have another sister, a younger sister.
Okay.
And she's also, because I think with siblings you also have the same moon. So she's a Capricorn.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently you can have the same moon.
Oh yeah, you do have some like
with siblings
aspects and things.
Yeah, with siblings, and so nice. that's another wild one, because she's a Capricorn and but I don't know what's her rising. Her rising is different. I think her rising is different. Yeah.
So how do you feel about astrology in general? Do you believe in it?
I think astrology is like a tool. My sister is really much into it. So with her and some of our friends, we explore that.
Yeah,
we use it as a tool. So when in conversations, she always like check
it's
like checking the weather, she's like checking the weather.
What's going on today? Where's the moon?
Where's this and this and these houses and everything. The whole concept of astrology, I think, is really powerful to use it as a tool.
Yeah, I've got something here. I'm just gonna get rid of it.
Maybe it's
little fluff.
But so I like to look at it like that
as a tool.
And also I also like to learn about it, sit with it, learn a little bit about,
what
myself,
makes you yourself.
What makes me, what is it that I need, or what is it that I feel, or whatever. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I find it like, I don't want to like chat shit about people who don't believe in it. Yeah. But I feel like, of course, the planets influence the people on Earth. Do you know what I mean? Because it's all about like what's happening in the cosmic. Do you know what I mean? And it sort of frustrates me, the fact that like a lot of people don't believe it, because,
and also what happens when you were born, because that's why you need to know
there's a reason you were born
and
in
location,
that time.
because the planets were set at a specific
point, and which makes you who you are.
Exactly. And that's really beautiful and very nice to kick off with the whole thing, because the planets keep moving and everything is moving energetically, and then it's nice to explore that, to see the energy around us, and that's a nice way to see it. But that's, some people are into it, some people are into other things. But
so in terms of like you using it as a tool, what kind of things do you use it for? To me, I like to use it as a tool for, like, sounds a bit, how do I say this? I'm going to sound like a right tit, but like, I love using it as a form of a way, like, to see where the energies are in my career.
Oh yeah, Sometimes we
money
is a thing too. My sister's really good at doing all this. Yeah. Does
she do tarots as well?
She does more like the chart reading, so she can read the chart.
Nice.
So like today we were talking about something, but I forgot what it was, but probably we have to get back and talk about it again. But we will explore things. For example, it could be like, I don't know, a career thing or something coming up. Yeah. Things like that is really cool to see. But sometimes it could be friendships. Oh yeah, things like that.
It's everything. That's the thing about astrology. It has, because of the whole 12 houses, it's all parts of our life, how we relate to each other, friends, family, even cats and things like that. Like I've got a cat, obviously. Yeah. He happens to be in Aquarius. My moon is in Aquarius, and I didn't intentionally choose the cat because he's in Aquarius, but for some reason I ended up with an Aquarius cat, and I think it's so cool. And it just kind of makes me realize, like, your cat do choose you,
and that's the energy you need,
and that is my emotion. It's like the energy that I needed, and since I've had him, it's almost like I needed Monet in my life at that time, because like the time I had Monet, girl, things were happening in my life and I just needed a friend. Do you know what I mean? And he happened to be an Aquarius. An Aquarian sign is all about like friendship, community, humanitarian. And it's just like, I'm quite spiritual, so I see that like that's a sign.
And I have a lot of Aquarius people in my life, like good close friends. Okay. From childhood, and also here in London. They pop out, Aquarius. Yeah.
I like Aquarius though.
I love Sagittarius too.
Yeah. Sagittarius are cool as well.
Like, my mom's a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus.
So yeah, Taurus.
Tauruses are the coolest people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love Taurus.
But like, we're so chilled. Yeah. We just want to have fun.
You like nice things. You like flowers, perfume. You like looking good.
Yeah, smelling good. Eating good. Aesthetics. Like, we're big. Girl, I was not trying to make my podcast look anyhow. You know, I had a plan. I was like, it's going to be like this. It has to be like this. That is very Taurus, you know. But like, we're into, you know, we like to be on stage because we're ruled by Venus. Me and you were ruled by Venus because Libra is ruled by Venus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. Yeah. So that's where the beauty comes.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, and the artistic.
But yeah, we can go on forever.
We can go on forever about astrology.
Astrology is amazing. amazing.
We have here what I made for you for this session.
Thank you.
They're little chocolate tarts.
Yes.
You can help yourself now or whatever you want later or whatever it is that you want. And you can also find these tarts on my newsletter. That's if you do look at my newsletter. That's if you have signed up for my newsletter. So make sure you do. But anyway, what's your go-to breakfast?
I love to have, I like a toast. I'm quite a simple girl.
Yeah?
Like a little toast and...
In the morning, butter?
In the morning,
what
a little butter, a little jam.
Okay.
That's my go-to.
Do you put butter and jam?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my go-to go.
Raw dog the bread with jam on it.
No.
It tastes naked.
I need something. I need like a good support.
Yeah, a little support. I wanted to say something really obnoxious about like putting butter on toast and whatnot, but I'm gonna refrain from that. So toast
and a cup of tea.
You're a
water.
tea person.
I'm a tea person.
Me too.
I sometimes have coffee later when I have more time. So I start with tea and then move on with coffee.
Yeah.
But just a little bit, Because
tea is actually really good for us women to start our day, isn't it?
I love tea.
It's like for our metabolism.
Yeah, it's really good for us. Yeah.
What kind of tea do you like?
I like a good English tea, to be honest.
A little tea.
Yeah, man.
Do you have milk?
I have milk.
Sugars?
Hot milk. 2 or 1 sugar.
Yeah.
When I want it a bit more sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice.
That's my go-to.
Nice.
Yeah. And water. Drink water.
In the morning, for sure. Yeah. It also like keeps our skin clear. That's what
you have to keep on drinking it.
Yes.
Just keep drinking it.
Do you ever like drink so much water?
Water?
Do you ever drink water? Water during the day and you have to go to the toilet like a million times?
Yes, it happens. But
so long.
Then you know that you're drinking it.
Yeah.
but then you have to get
the cons of drinking water. But okay.
Yes.
I want to talk about your background.
Okay. Yes. Excited.
How was it like growing up in Buenos Aires as a Congolese woman?
Buenos Aires as a Congolese woman.
How do I say the word? Buenos Aires.
Buenos Aires. Yes.
Oh
Buenos Aires. I know.
Sorry guys for butchering your country.
I apologize. For a Congolese, so that's my early memories. Okay. So I feel like...
Were you born there?
I was born actually in Spain, in Madrid.
Okay. Whoa.
So we traveled a lot with my parents. My dad worked as a diplomat. Okay. And at the time, the Congo was called Zaire in the 80s.
Yeah.
So we traveled a lot. I was born in Madrid, and then we also moved to Tunisia and eventually went back to the Congo before going to Argentina for like a year.
Okay.
We stayed there for a year, and then we moved to Argentina. And Argentina was the space where basically it was my formative years. I just spent a lot of time there, going to school and things like that. You know, first memories, like even life memories.
Yeah.
First memories is hearing that busy road of in, I think it must have been Cabildo, in one of the avenues in Buenos Aires, busy road, and that's my first memory.
Right.
So Argentina is a very important, I would say, space and time in my life, which I was basically, growing up there.
Yeah. So how did you feel like growing up as a black woman, though? Yeah, so in that space. What was the complexities of growing up in a country where you're a Congolese woman? Obviously you were born in Madrid, so your first language would have been like Spanish and Lingala. Yeah. Right? And French.
So I would say being Congolese and obviously coming from the Congo, being black in Argentina was something children, because also I was a child at the time, so children don't really...
You don't see much.
They can't really understand those concepts. Yeah. I knew that I was black. I knew my parents are black. But that concept of being black was something that perhaps growing up as a community, we had people around us that we knew, and there were, a variety, multicultural people in our community with my family that I used to see them. But when I get out of that community, when I'm faced with the fact that I'm a black girl, it could be in the playground, It could be walking in the streets, certain looks, because everything you feel in the body when somebody looks at you in a strange way.
Yeah.
Or maybe they'll say stuff.
Kids are like so crazy at that.
Kids are crazy.
Like, wait, why are you like that? And
yeah.
They're so...
Kids will say crazy stuff. And there were crazy things that were being said. That's when I just knew automatically they're looking at me because of how I look like.
How old were you when you started to be aware of things like racism? How old were you?
I think I must have been probably about 8 or 9. Okay. It's that age when you start to think, you start to add things up.
When you're suddenly like, you're awake, you're like, oh
yeah, and you're starting to understand.
This is the world.
This is the world. This is how people interact with the thing, you know, and but it takes a lifetime as a black girl or black person, from when you're young to your teenage years and to your adulthood, to navigate with that thing. You know, and I think in Argentina, the thing is, Argentina and Buenos Aires particularly is a space where it was hard, I would say, for people to understand. Some people didn't really there was no understanding of being different. It was a mixture of things, because also Argentina has a colonial past. Yeah. Where there were black people in Buenos Aires.
So when you were there growing up, were there more black people like they are here, like we see on a daily basis in London, or were they like scattered?
They were not. They were not at all in my reality. I think they were more like in my community. Okay. We could see people, of Congolese people, like migrants living in Buenos Aires that we were friends
Congolese
with.
people are everywhere.
We everywhere.
Like, we're like, I'm going to make it any way I can. If I have to go to China, there's Congolese people in China.
Yeah.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, we everywhere.
But we have to figure out a way to make it.
So, like I was saying, like there is this lack of awareness of blackness that was happening in Argentina. But right now, I think, you know, people are catching up with the times.
Yeah, for real, yeah.
But at that time, it was quite like, people just didn't know. There was this, I don't know if I can use the word ignorance. Yeah, like not knowing,
but it can. But then
then it becomes very complex, because there's ignorance, but also there's racism.
Yeah, and but like that's the thing though. Like not being aware of the oppression of other people is straight up ignorance, because like if I was in a society and I have eyes to see that other people are not being treated fairly, that puts me, and I have privilege, that already gives me a responsibility to move in a way that is, how do I say this, that will make other races and whatnot be seen. So like avoiding that reality, I feel like it's ignorance in itself.
Absolutely. And I think culturally,
but it's subconscious as well, though. Subconsciously we do that as humans, and it's not always like conscious. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think as a society, Argentina, in its conscience from a long time, tried to hide black stories or black Afro-Argentines, because there's a long history of Afro-Argentines in Argentina. Okay. You know, and I think that in the Argentinian memory, it was kind of like hidden, I would say, and that's a shame, because then if you know these stories, you can share them and you can find ways of understanding why this person looks a certain way and whatever. Because I'm coming with a different culture as well. I'm Congolese. I'm coming with my culture. I'm coming with all, because we were diplomats in Argentina, so I knew exactly who I was. Right. You know exactly who you are and what you're doing there. And that's how I presented myself. But obviously, when we're talking about black culture, it's very diverse.
It's very diverse.
You know, there's black people in Brazil. There's black people in Venezuela, in Colombia, Cuba, Panama, even in Mexico. You know, it's everywhere. But that's the I would say, the African diaspora legacy in Latin America. That's not much.
Quite complex.
It's very complex, but not much spoken about when I was a child.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that I had to figure out later on in life. But yeah.
Yeah, I completely understand that, because like I asked that because my experience of like discovering racism was almost the same as you in a way. When I was also, I think 9 or 8.
Yeah.
No, actually 9 or 10.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When I moved to England in 2007, I didn't really understand that it was such a thing, racism existed, you know, until I went to school. And they let me know, for real. They let me know that like my nose was not right and things like that, like calling me Kermit the Frog. And I remember coming home and just being so confused and be like, what? And then like the saddest thing is like, I wish our parents were comfortable enough or even just like conscious enough to teach us about race. Do you know what I mean? Now we are doing that. Millennials are doing that. Boomers were not doing that.
I think we have to understand the psyche of our parents, because if you're growing up in a space like the Congo, from when you're an infant to the age of 18 or 22, whatever, like an adult, you do have a sense of identity of who you are, of your space and your surrounding. And my parents knew who they were. They knew they were black, they knew they were Congolese, and also they socialized like that too. But when you are displaced from that environment to a space where people don't look like you, that's your experience. It's not your parents' experience, but it's yours. It becomes very complex for them to understand, because all they care, your parent, is your survival. They want you to study. They want you to eat. They want you to do well in school and things like that. So that is the projection that I felt that I got from my parents, and how I could understand them, that certain things they might not get, or they might just brush it off. Like my mother, for example, she was raised in Brussels and in the Congo, but she identifies as a Congolese woman because she spent a lot of time in Congo. Yeah. So she can, be in one group and jump into another group. And for you coming to England, for example, as a young child, is a completely different experience. That you're the one in the classroom, you're the one experiencing, all these microaggressions that can happen on a daily basis. And black people, we get it all the time. If we have to write, even as a woman, because
you go outside,
misogynoir with misogyny. And racism at the same time, because that's how we are viewed in the world. We are black women navigating two realities at the same time.
Not only you're black, but you're a woman too.
You're a woman too.
Do you know who I feel even more like worse for? Not only you're black, but you're a woman and you're queer.
Add that more.
I feel sorry for these women who are going through life, having to navigate a society, like just the world that we're living in. You're a woman and you're black and you're queer. I need to have a woman like that so that I can just hear their experiences. Do you know what I mean? So that I can chat to them, so that they can tell me what their reality is being a black queer woman. Do you know what I mean? Because like I'm sure they have so much shit to say.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I want to chat about, I want to stay in your upbringing. I want to bring out Franko Luambo.
Oh yeah.
Of course, if you don't know, you should know. He is the king of Rumba in Congo. He's not here with us, unfortunately, as you can see. Not literally, but like in the world. He died many years ago. When did he actually die? In the 80s?
I think it's 1989, if I believe so. Yeah.
So yeah, to put it simply, she is the niece of Franko Luambo. If you want to do a little quick Google search, now is the time. But please tell me, when did you discover that you were coming from that type of legacy? How old were you?
I must have been about, I knew about it from very, very young. Probably I must have been about 6 or 7.
6?
But I never understood the grandiosity of it. Because you're a child, you just see it and listen to it, but you don't really understand how big this is. But growing up, you get older. As a teenager, I knew. Yeah.
Okay.
I knew how important he represents for Congolese people and everybody, that follow his music.
Is that growing up in a family that has that sort of legacy? Was that like the drive that made you want to pursue the music industry, or how did it start for you?
I think there were different things happening at once, I would say.
Okay.
My journey with music was very much parallel to Franko's legacy and his music. I was going through my own journey, and my journey was, like I said, began in Argentina, and that's where I started singing.
How old were you?
I think I always sang, but the decision to do the singing thing was 12, 13. I was around 12 and 13. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was my experience, but nothing to do with Franko. Okay. I think Franko is just part of the legacy of my family and obviously of Congo, where we are from. But, I was doing one thing, but then that thing was connecting with the other thing, which is him. I'm doing music, but okay. And that was a way for me to connect with my parents. They knew that, okay, she wants to do music. It must come from my mom will say from my dad's family, uncle.
So obviously, like you're coming from a musical family. Your mom and dad are music enthusiasts.
Yes.
So that's probably what were they listening to except from Franko?
From Franko and all that, they were listening to so much diversity of music at home. My mom, she's a massive disco dance music.
She's a disco queen.
She danced a lot, like before she had us, when she was younger. She used to go a lot to the clubs and dancing all these amazing like Motown stuff and
nice,
Earth, Wind and Fire.
Nice. She knew
James Brown, all this cool stuff, all these cool bangers. And that's the background, the music that my mom was really into. My dad, again, also a variety of music that he listened to as well. There was so much music at home, like from even like the hits, I would say, that you would hear on the radio and whatever, to I don't know, to different things. So much music. Like I was listening to artists like Luis Miguel. Nobody knows who it is. He's a Mexican singer.
Okay.
And he sang a lot of like, at the time when I was a very, very, very small kid, he released an album called Romance.
Okay.
Which means romance.
I will have to listen to that.
And a lot of it were like boleros. Boleros are like slow tempo ballads in Spanish.
Okay.
And he has a long history in Cuba.
Okay.
And also, a lot of people in Mexico and the rest of Latin America that do listen to this genre of music. And he made it really popular.
Okay.
Among the young millennials like me at the time, and I just fell in love with that. It's beautiful music. It also has
Spanish music is so
there's
good.
There's jazz stuff inside boleros,
of course,
and I was just like hooked with that. And from then on, there were artists also Mexican artist called Thalia. She was very popular at the time, so there were things like that I used to listen to, like that, and also Mariah Carey,
of course, the queens.
So so you can understand the crossover.
Yes, tell us.
It was Congolese music, but also I was open to like
Western type of divas
to also the Latin pop at the time, and even Argentinian rock music, and there's a whole list of.
But it was
artists.
written in the stars for you in a way. I think so, because then you went on to create all this beautiful music.
Thank you.
And as a performer, you're just so good to watch.
Oh, thank you.
I
love watching you.
I've learned so much from you.
No way.
Especially performance-wise. Because I feel like when in my career as a starter, I was very glued to my guitar. And now I've just put that down a little bit. The way you just make the stage be so big, the way you move your arm, the way you're moving around, you're making sure you will see me, everything. It's a whole vibe to see you.
Thank you so
honestly
much.
I learned a lot from you. A quick pause before we jump back into the conversation. If you're enjoying the podcast, You probably love the Breakfast at Leia's newsletter. It's where I share all things Leia, from new music, astrology, and my monthly news to behind the scenes updates and first looks at upcoming podcast guests. You can sign up using the link in the description. Now back to the episode.
I want to talk about, how did you start writing music?
Okay, writing music, everything started also in Argentina.
Okay.
A lot of things happened when I was a kid.
Everything started there?
Yeah,
okay.
Everything started there, and I just brought everything to London.
Right.
So for me, when it comes to words and expression, it was more poetry.
Okay.
So I was writing poetry in school.
Okay.
Like in primary school, I began writing. There was a time where our teacher encouraged us to write poems because we were leaving primary school, and then I did a few of the poems, and I don't know, it made me feel it was a great way to process emotions because I wasn't going to see my friends again. I was going to secondary school and things like that at that time. And it's crazy because that was not long ago before I left Argentina, that was a much bigger movement for me, you know. But at that time, I felt like, I'm leaving my friends. But then I wrote a few poems, and I think one of my teachers looked at it and said she did not believe I wrote it. And she was really impressed with my writing. And I went to the office of the director of the school, and they were really impressed with my writing. And I could not believe that I was about to get into trouble, thinking that I stole it from somewhere.
Oh, because you were calling in the office,
and they kept my
poems. And then you get there, we love your work.
We love your work, but this is not yours, whatever. And they kept my poems, they kept it.
Oh, that's cute. We all
really,
have
really
that
cute.
teacher, though, don't we? We all have that one teacher.
One teacher
teacher who encouraged us. Oh,
not gonna believe.
Yeah.
And then from then on, I began mixing words with melodies. So I'm at home and just making up,
hearing things
and making up, like writing and things like that with a tape. I had this tape, a cassette tape.
Oh, them ones. You were so retro.
Yeah, and then just
I wish I had a tape right now. Honestly. I want a CD player as well.
Those,
It's in fashion now.
It's in fashion now, but that was on reality.
Yeah. True.
So I think that was the beginning. I started so I was writing since I was really, really young. I began in primary school. So the last year of primary school, they encouraged us to write, and I did write. Yeah. And I really enjoyed it, and my teacher saw that and thought, is this your writing? And of course it was my writing, but they were really impressed with the writing. And I really felt that little feeling of encouragement of writing. But that was really the beginning of my writing experience.
Okay.
And I really took it with me till this day.
Yeah,
that stays with me.
Yeah, it
that
does.
gives me permission to be like, this is for you. This is another side that many people might not know about me. They see the performer, but there's also a writer underneath that I wanted to write. And also I will see other artists. I was really attracted also into artists that do write. I do find it fascinating. But I think it's an art of itself.
It is. I love writing.
It's an art of itself. But I also have tremendous respect for singers that are interpreters, but they don't necessarily write. I know culturally or the industry sometimes encourage artists to write, and it's good to write for yourself, but a lot of artists don't write. It's about, I think that there's also an art of itself to express or storytelling a song, and I still find that fascinating too. I respect all types of arts, you know what I mean? But for me, writing's been something that I've been nurturing it very slowly in my teenage years, and in my teenage years that's where I really expanded the writing more and really going for it. And when I was in my 20s, that's when I started to really record the songs, like really record them with friends and and things like that.
Okay, who's your favorite songwriter? Very quickly.
Oh wow, that's a great question. I would say Franco is there. Franko Luambo is there.
Yes, he has this comedic streak in his lyrics that only if you speak Lingala you understand.
You can understand. I think he's very got cool comedy on it.
Yeah,
and also another artist from the Congo, Pongo Love. She's a female Suku's artist from back in the day.
Okay,
and she's interesting because she will bring the female side of things in the whole, spectrum of, talking about issues that Congolese women were going through, and she'll say, this is my side, this is this, and stuff like that. She will just talk about it. Another songwriter which I really like I think I would love forever is Mariah Carey.
Of course, she's underrated as a songwriter.
She is, and do you know what?
Emancipation of Mariah Carey. That album is just.
I don't.
She literally just divorces her husband, who was the CEO of Sony. Literally, I don't know what happened there. But imagine going through that, navigating that. Now she's with Columbia. She has one time to come back strong, and she drops Emancipation of Mariah Carey. That album to me is just...
It's insane.
It's insane.
And all her old school stuff. And when I was 13, 12, and I read that she wrote her songs, that was a revolution for me, because I felt like, whoa, I've been writing, I can do the same.
Yeah.
So that's what I love about Mariah.
Yeah, her voice.
And other artists that I would love to share too is an artist from Argentina called Carlos Gardel.
Okay.
He was a very famous songwriter and also artist singing tangos, and he was also an actor. So much, that's another era of Argentinian music that I love, the writing.
Yeah.
And also Chabuca Granda, another one from Peru.
Okay.
An amazing songwriter.
Is it similar to would you say similar to the Rumba lyrics that Franko makes?
I would say that.
What did it talk about?
Well, with Carlos Gardel more, and also I would say in Latin American songwriting in general, you have protest songs, you have also
societal
love ballads,
issues.
You have also different things that people explore in songwriting. And I think there's something to do with Spanish language in writing that I find it really interesting, as much as Lingala.
Yeah,
and
I love Lingala.
I think Lingala is,
I feel sorry for people who don't understand it. It's such a funny language.
It's a funny language. Yeah, exactly.
So funny.
And it has so much wit. It has
so much wit.
It's so melodic.
Yeah, it's very melodic. It's a beautiful language.
And also what I think that's interesting, Lingala, because of my experience listening to Lingala and then having Spanish, they mirror each other in a strange way. They're very different, but because I don't know, I think that there's things that, you know what I mean? There's something there. There's something there that I find it special, because maybe the experience that I've had, they're very different, but there is something there.
Yeah, I understand that. I think it's more on a cultural way, right?
Yeah.
That is very cool. What is your favorite Congolese food?
Woohoo! Okay,
we can go here forever.
I love pondu.
Of course.
It's on the top.
Girl.
Then kwanga,
yes,
which is cassava.
Yeah.
And the cassava leaves.
Yeah.
That we love. I love pili pili, which is chili.
We have to have the pili pili next to the pondu and the kwanga.
I love plantain. We call it makemba.
I'm over it though. I'm over plantain.
No way.
It's everywhere here.
What's wrong with you?
No, kwanga all the way.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
My child is not.
Yeah, I'm not. No, I'm over it.
You need
it's when you're in London, it's everywhere.
I don't care, but then you have
to
have a break.
Over it?
No.
Okay, cool.
You need to have
he
moments
loves
of
plantain.
Good.
He never gets tired of it.
Do you like plantain?
Do you like plantain?
Get the people to write to you.
Please comment before.
Comment.
Have you ever had Congolese food? Comment before.
Oh please, I love.
Comment below.
Congolese food to me is like
It's the best.
Soul
I'm
food.
sorry.
It feeds my soul.
Yeah.
My being.
Maybe we're biased because we're Congolese.
I know.
But yeah, I don't care.
And everything that's the way we barbecue stuff as well. I love that.
Daba.
Daba. I went to a place in Congo many years ago called Bandal.
Where is it?
Bandal.
We're in Congo.
In Congo, yeah.
Okay.
In Kinshasa.
Wait, when did you last go to Congo?
Woo!
Girl,
it's been too long. I don't even want to share the date.
When you go to Congo as a Congolese person, you are living. Living.
I think it was
living.
A beautiful experience.
Yeah,
it was the best time. And at the time, my granddad was alive.
Oh.
It was a beautiful trip. I had the best time. And then also we got out of Kinshasa. We went to a place called Sonabata, which is 80 kilometers away from Kinshasa.
Okay.
And basically, a lot of part of my dad's family, like Franko, was born there.
Okay.
In Sonabata. So it's a space where my dad used to spend a lot of his holidays there, and I think my earliest holidays were there when I was a baby.
Oh, have you ever been to Kinkole?
No, I don't know. So maybe I have.
Maybe you have. My mom. So when I went to Congo, the first time, like in 2022, since I was born, I never went back.
2022?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I was living.
Oh my God.
I was living. If you ever go to Africa, go to Congo, you have the best time.
It was great. It's great. But, we can't wait to go back.
I went just outside Kinshasa in a place called Kinkole. I got on. It was a seaside. They fetched the fish in this restaurant.
Oh my God.
We were waiting there like 2 hours to fetch the fish. They told us, what kind of flavor do you want? They marinate the fish. It's happening in our house. They barbecue the fish. They put it there with the kwanga and the pili pili. I don't think you understand.
Do you know what? Yeah.
It was an experience I will never forget.
People don't. People need to understand that Congolese food is just top tier.
It's just so good. You must try Congolese food. But like we can speak forever.
I also ate point noir, which is like we eat in Congo point noir. It is similar to what's it called, ndunda, which is basically spinach.
Yeah.
It's similar to that.
Top of epinard, yeah.
Top of epinard, and it's delicious.
What is it like? Is it like
it is green.
Like matembele. I love matembele. I know matembele is like another spinach, right?
Yeah,
that's like
fumbwa.
It can be a little bit on the slimy side, but not like okra slimy.
Okay, like
it's
that.
Just a little starchy, but like I love it.
Is it good?
Apparently, in Congo, they're like, when I went there, they were like, "Why do you want matembele? That's like poor people food." I'm like, give me my culture now.
You know what? It's crazy. Oxtail used to be also like a poor people.
Soul food.
So it's delicious. It's wild.
Yeah. Most of soul food is so delicious.
That's another thing. Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk. What should we talk about? We talk about Franko.
Yeah.
I want to go back to London. I want to talk about Wara.
Wow.
How did you get into Wara?
Wow. Okay. The story starts with it's a bit of a story actually. It's a storytelling.
Yeah. Was it your first project, Wara?
Before Wara, I was with a band called Malambo. Okay. And I did Afro-Peruvian music. I sang Afro-Peruvian songs for a long time. So that project to me was very special. I was practicing a lot. But then Wara came to me at a time that I wanted to do the festival scene and things like that. I wanted to get into that world. Yeah. Because I was doing more like, piano, singing with the cajon and exploring Afro-Peruvian music. That's been so valuable to me. It's been very special. I love Peruvian music. Okay. And also I feel like it fitted my voice. I could express my voice. I would express myself, and I loved it. Too. I loved it. So then, with Wara is crazy. Do you want to hear the story?
Yes.
Shall I go for the beginning? I'm gonna go for the beginning.
Yeah, very quickly though.
Very quickly. I'm gonna try and be really fast. So, in my 20s, around my 20s, I was in a time where I was working full time. Okay. I was working for a company called BT Conferencing.
Them ones.
Yeah. long time ago.
On the phone. The worst customer service.
I used to do conferences in French and Spanish. And it was great. And I could practice my languages at work. It was great. And then one day I was going home and I heard this woman singing on the underground, singing in Yoruba. And I'm like, this is beautiful. And then I approached her and then I said, what is this? Da, 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 da. And at that time, I really wanted to join a choir. I felt like I really needed to sing more and be in a choir. And then I meet this lovely, lovely person called Shayla. She's still a friend. Yeah. And through Shayla, she told me about the choir called London Lukumi Choir. And we sing these songs for the Orishas, which are the gods. Yeah, and it's a tradition from Nigeria and Benin, but I've gone to Cuba. And it's a community choir. And we do these songs and we play with the bata drums. And I was like, I want to do this. There. And then she told me she was Spanish. And then we switched to Spanish and we're talking in Spanish together. Oh. And I joined the choir. So when I joined the choir... subsequently I met Eliane Correa, who the first gig that I did with the choir, that's when I meet Eliane, she's the band leader of WADA. Okay. And at that time, I'm not in WADA. I used to go to WADA gigs. I used to go and I used to see the music and I used to be like, honey, I need to be part of this. Yeah. The music was taking me. It was crazy. Yeah. I was like manifesting. Yeah. Before manifesting was manifesting, where we
use it so casually.
But I was like throwing it in the music. Yeah, in the conga, I felt pulled and I felt like, I could be in a band like this and stuff like that. And then fast forward, I used to hang around with a lot of friends. We used to jam. Like, you working full time. What you do after work, you go and jam. Yeah, that's all I did. Yeah,
the jam sessions.
I needed to get myself into music as much as possible. I go and make some money, and I just on the weekend spend all my time. Whatever boyfriend I had at the time, forced them to go on it.
Yeah, honestly. That's how I share the same experience as well. Like once you have that initial like attraction to like the jamming scene and like the music. London,
I was so pulled and
you're there all the time.
And even with friends in a house, we were just jamming. And then one day, some of my friends invited this rapper called J. Ramos from Colombia. And J. Ramos was there and he was like, I think he heard me singing in Spanish and and English, and he was like, "Oh, would you like to do a song with me? I'm performing here and it would be great for you to come and do it." And then it was just like that. He invited me. I went to sing with him. He was rapping, and I sang my little chorus. Vamos cambiar el mundo, vamos cambiar el mundo. Oh, I still remember it to this day. Eliane sometimes sings it, which is wild. So I sang that. And then I switched into English. Yeah. And I saw Eliane was at this event with a lot of the Spanish crew were there, some of the Latin crew. Also a good friend of mine called Carl Jada, a DJ, was there for Movimientos, which they also move a lot of the Latin music in London.
Yeah, they do.
They were all there that night.
Okay. You were in the right place at the right time.
So Eliane approaches to me and she says, I didn't know you sang. She had no idea. I don't know if she remembered that I was in the choir, but we kind of, those days you meet someone and you become a Facebook friend.
Yeah. And then you don't speak to him again. Yeah, and then randomly you run into you like, oh.
So then that's what, and she was like, you know what, I'm going to go to Cuba soon. We got a gig at the Rich Mix. Come and see how you feel. And I remember the day I went to see the band. No one knew that I was going to join the band, but it felt like I was in the band already. I was in the photo shoot. I was backstage.
You were like,
I was backstage in the photo shoot. Like
I'm going to be here by any means.
I literally took over without taking over. I don't know if that makes sense.
Like sometimes I feel like when the vibes are just right and everyone can feel the vibe is just right. Yeah. It just enables you to be part of the project,
and that's how it happened.
Right place, right time, right place.
And from then on, we did. I went to that gig, and then Eliane sent me the music, and I already knew a little bit of it because of their EP and stuff like that. And
it took off.
And we've been working ever since for a good 9 years.
Yeah. What happened though? Very quickly, how come it ended? You don't have to go deep into it, but just like,
I mean, we have to say lockdown changed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Right? Lockdown was a moment that we were still doing stuff with WADA, but I felt my solo project was starting to become a reality, and I was writing my album at home during lockdown. So I thought, let me focus on this a little bit more
first.
So then it was kind of like a time for me to focus on myself a bit. I've been doing, at that time also I was doing so many things, so many projects. Like Animans, we did an album together.
Animans, London Afrobeat as well.
Yeah, and we
how do you juggle that? You're such a Capricorn.
It was wild, because even before lockdown, I was like, it was really, really hard to do all the projects, because I'm also the lead singer in most of the projects.
You're the lead singer on all the projects.
All the projects.
Yeah.
But obviously with Wada was great when Fedzila joined the band, because she also was a rapper and also a front person, and also Eliane was singing more, so we became like these three people.
Three front women.
So that was nice to share the space. It was really fun. Cool. Really fun. I love the project. I still do. I even said to Ellie, for fun, should we just bring the girls back together? Why not? But so that's why I had to focus on the album, and I made the album, and the album came out.
And also, like, very quickly, Mabanzo. Elton John. How does that come about?
I would say that I'm so glad that I was able to do the album and also to work with Greg Sanders, who produced my album, and he's a great friend, and I'm a huge fan of his work. He's a fabulous musician. Not only that, he's just a beautiful human. He's an extraordinary human being,
and it's hard to
and
work
a great
with people
friend.
You really like as well, though.
And also I really admire him. I really admire him. I really like the way he works, and because I've known him for so long. I just love
he understands your sound and everything.
There's that, but also you want to work with musicians that understand your artistry or your approach or how you write. And things like that, and that's not easy to find sometimes. It's really
not
difficult.
Always.
No.
So when you found out that Elton John put your song on the Rocket Hour, how did you feel? And then you went on to support him. How did you feel? Just walk me through that initial feeling of having Elton John put your song out.
Jumped out of bed.
How did you find that? Through an email?
Through an email from the label.
Just like, so
Elton John wants to play your music. What?
That is crazy.
Like, how did that get?
How did he get to Elton John? But then again, like, when someone is doing that DJ thing as well, they are known in the zeitgeist. They figure out what's going on in the scene.
And also I think Elton John, he's the sort of person that also looks out for new artists and things like that. But I'm very grateful that he did see my album, which is crazy.
It's crazy.
And
that happened not long ago.
No, not really long ago. I mean, time's flying by, but but
that's very cool. Okay, now on to the spicier questions.
I'm
gonna ask you very quick hot and spicy questions about the industry. And if you don't want to answer, no names, by the way. If you don't want to answer, you have to take a shot.
Okay.
So, very quickly. Right. Have you ever worked with someone you secretly couldn't stand? Yes or tequila for no?
That secretly couldn't stand.
Yeah.
That's a hard thing. Imagine working with someone you actually
it's a hard thing.
I've been very lucky to work with people that I really like.
Yeah.
So I don't
no. Okay, cool. That's fair enough.
Imagine
2. That's long.
Yeah. It's
producing an album with someone you don't like. I mean, you have to be professional, but at what cost?
That's mad. It's really painful. It's hard.
Yeah.
Depending on the contract and how much money they pay you, but then you have to see selling yourself. No.
Yeah, literally. Okay, next question. No. I'm naughty.
I know you're so naughty, but no. Let's get it in the closet.
Second 2. Have you ever met someone in the industry and immediately known they were fake?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, cool. Next question. Oh Example. Yeah, I mean, it's a normal, right?
It's a normal. I think the more
you have to discern.
The more you're in the industry, the more you can pick up energy because you get to know yourself more.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like anything in life, you can walk into an office and you're
like, this is not for me.
This is not. You just pick up the energy's there. Yeah. Like energy doesn't lie.
Trial and error, right? Because like sometime in the industry we do trust people that we shouldn't trust.
Yeah, it can happen.
Then it's like trial and error, and then we realize. But then that's
like, wisdom.
Yeah, and then you get into wisdom.
It's good to have stories. Yeah, you have to learn.
Okay, question 3. Have you ever been jealous of another artist? Yes or no?
Oh yeah,
all the time.
All the time. I think when that jealousy can be like. There's something that you need to work on yourself. Healthy competition, that's what I like to call it. Yeah. But then it's best not to compare because everybody's in their lane. Yeah. But that can happen. Yeah, it's for part real. Of humanity. It's weird, true. But it's weird, but just don't act on it. Yeah, just try and manage that. Learn from that person. That's what I do. Whenever I'm jealous of like someone on the media, I always feel like, okay, they're showing me what I want to have, and I can work on it. And also sometimes, this media, is set up to provoke things in us, just like I think social media does as well. It's to provoke something in us, and it's not healthy. No. So you have to identify. I'm better than this. Yeah, because you got everything you need. You're fine. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a feeling, right? Or it's honestly, sometimes we have to. Yeah, we have to tell ourselves it's just a feeling. Put your phone away and also log out of Instagram. It's fine. You have to log out. Log out. What other question do I have? Have you ever lost an opportunity because you wouldn't play the game? I have. Because I feel like the industry sort of like puts you in a position where like people want things out of you that you're not willing to give in terms of like the opportunity that you want. That's a hard one. No, not really. I mean, I try to be like looking at opportunities as like you look at it as an opportunity to really go for things, even though I had basically done work that's never come out to the light, if that makes sense. Like I've been promised stuff and never came out to the light. I don't know if I know what you mean. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But then that's also part of your experience. But being in that position, I'm not sure about that. No. But I know what you mean. Yeah. It's fine though. Last question. Have you ever regretted signing a contract? My record deal. My last record deal. No, but it's about you. It's not about me. You need to tell me. Thankfully not. And I would say that, we as artists, we also there's so much that people don't understand that the artist has to do, like getting like advice from lawyers. The MU is a great place to start, or getting advice. I always try to. I had moments where something would happen and I would ask for advice for any other musicians, friends that I know that will be able to help me to be like, well, what they're doing is not right. Don't do that. So you're very like savvy when it comes to the contracts you receive. That's really good. I try to, and I'm also surrounded. Really, I'm very lucky to be surrounded with people that will help me like that. And I'll go. I go and reach for that help. That's good. And they were from the beginning of when I started to do releasing my solo stuff. That's the moment that you go and ask for advice. You go and ask for this and just to make sure you cover yourself, make sure you know this. And it's such a learning curve for an artist because for real, no one is coming to teach you that. You really have to be proactive, self-efficient, and understand how the industry works. Right? It's the hardest thing though. It's tough because when you come into industry, you don't understand that this is a business.
anything you signed, you were bind.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Just like anything. When you think about it, anything.
Just like with life, really.
Yeah.
When you sign a house contract, you're legally blind.
Even marriage.
Yeah.
Anything.
Well, that's a conversation of another day.
But everything that has a contract.
Yeah.
You have to read it, and all the language is like lawyers' language.
Yeah.
And you need someone to translate that.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have come to the end of our session. And what we like to say at the end of each session that I do with whoever, musician participant, is, may this situation never find me. So, Juanita, I want you to think about a situation that you have observed in the industry, not what you've experienced, but what you have observed in the industry, and vow that it shall never find you.
Wow. I would say I don't want to entertain negative vibrations or negative, that negative hardcore energy that I think as an artist we don't need it. We don't need it. We just or sometimes I think also through what happened to Amy Winehouse or of artists like her, to me it's been like a mirror of what would happen if we are surrounded by different type of influence that's not good for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not being discerning.
So in a way, it's strange because there's also that yin yang energy that I think is important, because sometimes something that's negative is needed.
Yeah.
I'm going really
like
out there
all
now.
Publicity is good publicity kind of thing.
But then I would say I would say there's a lot of rubbish energy also that I would say that is mixed up in the journey of an artist that we don't need. So I hope that never finds me.
Yeah, honestly, like I feel like the exploitation of the industry. Yeah. I feel like, as you said, like discerning who to work with, who to be exposed with, in terms of like when you do reach the top, they all talk about how like it's very hard to discern who's there for you and who's not there for you, because I feel like in the course of like Amy's career, it's probably because like not probably, but it's definitely because like she didn't have the right influences around her. It's really sad. But when you're young, and you know she was so young, you know, she died at 27. She made all of that happen at the tender age of 27. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
She achieved so much in such a short span of life. But it's really sad because like she didn't have the right influence around her. And there's so much with her, with the fame, with the addiction, with so many things happening in her life that I think that magnifies in a way. Obviously, she was someone that worked really hard. Yeah, you see that she worked. She also had a Capricorn moon, so she worked very hard. Yeah. She worked really hard. Yeah, and I don't know, I just see with artists like Amy and a lot of artists like her, they're like little examples of what sometimes things can go wrong. Yeah. You know, and we have to just put through. We have to learn from a situation, and how do we put through it and still celebrate them, celebrate their artistry, her talent and stuff like that. And I remember buying Amy Winehouse album when she was not famous. Oh, you bought the Frank CD? Yeah. Nice. Yeah. And with her, I was learning, you know, those years I was only 4 years in London. Okay. And I was already learning a little bit about the music industry. A little bit, you know, just the basics. Just like dabbling. The basic. And I knew she was signed with Island Record. And then I got to know about Island Record. And I got to know about that. And I got to know, you know what I mean? Things like that. That she went to the Brit School. And you learn. And even when I called the Brit School one time, I was too old. Oh yeah, that happened to me too, girl. Yeah, like I remember when I found out about the Brit School, and I realized that I was too old. I was at my last year of honestly, I was at my last year of GCSE. I moved to London in 2014, so it was my last year of GCSE. So I was looking to transfer from north to south, and when I spoke to them, they were like, they don't do that. We don't do that here. And I was like, okay, oh man, I wish I could But anyway, things happen as they should.
But it doesn't matter.
And we're always where we're meant to be, no matter what happened. With that, thank you so much for coming here. Honestly, I am having a blast chatting to you.
Me too.
Before even pressing record, we're just chatting. We're like, yo, we need to press record. So it's just such a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I admire you. I think you're great.
And
I've known you for quite long, and you really do influence me in what I'm doing as well. So I'm just so thankful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Space.
I try.
I'm finally here. Yes.
So thank you for watching. And make sure you follow me, you follow Juanita. Comment below your experiences of the industry or any comments that you want to talk about. Yeah, let's keep the conversation running. Thank you so much. And I will see you first Sunday of every month until next year, of course. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you, love.
I'm sweaty, girl.
Me too. My armpits are sweating.
Girl.
Oh, that was great. Girl. That was great. We talked about good stuff. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.